Good morning, YouTube. I want you to hold on to your Easter bonnets because we are going way back in time. We are pulling out an old-fashioned Southern pineapple casserole that is a classic in springtime, and especially for the holiday table. Sounds a little bit crazy, but it is so delicious. You really won't mind the insanity. I promise. All right, we got a family to feed, so let's cook. Okay, let's do this. All right, so we're gonna start out really easy. Back here, I have two 20-ounce cans of pineapple chunks that were packed in juice, and I just drained them. Okay, so they're sitting back here draining. And then what I did was I pulled out 1/3 of a cup of the juice, and that's what's right here. And I'm just gonna dump that in a big mixing bowl. And to that, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of flour. So 1/3 cup of the juice and 1/3 cup of flour. And we just whisk that together. I love this recipe. I love the idea of this recipe. I mean, it's just fun and funky, and I don't know for sure that it came out of the Depression, but it sure feels like it. You can just see some genius cook in her kitchen with no money and some strange ingredients, and she comes up with something that is beloved for generations. All right, 1.5 cups of white sugar, and that whisks in. And it's not gonna be super smooth. If it's a little too chunky, by the time you kind of get it well incorporated, you could add a few more drops of the reserved pineapple juice. I think this is probably gonna be fine. I might give it a little tiny splash, but this is what. Can you see the consistency? Is that show up? There we go. Okay. So it's fine. It's fine. I know a lot of Depression era cooking involved a lot of cheese. And I'm wondering if that was if the government cheese era had started in the 20s. I'm wondering if that was why that was such a thing. I don't have a single spatula. Really? Are they all gone? Apparently. But they also involved a lot of casseroles, a lot of condensed soups, because they were really super inexpensive. You could put a little bit of meat and a little bit of cheese in with lots of noodles and lots of rice and really stretch whatever your protein was. Okay, so that drained pineapple goes right in here. And this, we're just gonna stir it. Now you still have a good two cups of pineapple juice over here. If you wanna do something else with it, great. I have a 9-year-old that will knock it back anytime I let him. All right, so this is what we look like at this point. And I have a small casserole dish. This is a 7x11 casserole dish. And this is just going right in here. I did butter it. I took about a tablespoon of butter and buttered my dish real well. This is, of course, we're Southerners. We'll serve anything and call it a side dish, even when it rightfully should be a dessert. And this is no exception. So we're gonna just pat him out, just like this. This, I will say, this is absolutely amazing with ham, and I think that's why it appears at Easter all the time, really. All right, so I have 2 cups of extra sharp cheddar cheese, and I bought it in a block, and I grated it with my cute, adorable, isn't she adorable? Elle est adorable. I bought her in Paris. Yes, she's so cute. That's why she sits in my window. She makes me happy. Anyway, I had 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. That's just going right over the top. I happen to love cheese with fruit desserts. I know that typically combining cheese like with apple pie is kind of a Yankee thing. I discovered it when I was about 10, and I thought it was the most genius thing I ever came across. Loved it. And I remember the cook at my great aunt and uncle's house growing up, she would top, oh gosh, canned pears with cheddar cheese and a little mayonnaise and called that a salad. Because we're Southerners, we do that kind of stuff. Hey, it had fruit in it. It's a salad. All right, so here I have one sleeve. I like how when we're trying not to name these by name, everybody calls it round butter crackers. Y'all know what that is. And I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And this just gets this way. I don't make as many casseroles, I think, as most people do. I have a few that I love. And boy, my favorites all involve these crackers as a crunchy topping. Love it. And right over the top. I really wish I might go try to find where this recipe first came up. I know I've seen it in a million church and junior league cookbooks, some going back as far as the 20s. So I know it's been around at least that long. And I've also read that it's perfect since pineapple represents hospitality. It's one of the reasons why you pull it out and serve it to your guests at a holiday. I like that idea. I think it's very romantic. All right, so 350 degrees. We're gonna throw this in for about half an hour until it's nice and hot and bubbly all the way through, and our cheese is melted. And I will show you what it looks like when we get there, because this stuff is gonna knock your socks off. All right, time is up. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh. Yeah, this is fun. All right, we've had 30 minutes and it is molten lava. Just like that. And I'm actually gonna let this cool for a little bit because that is hot sugar. It's boiling sugar, which means that can cause some serious damage. So that's not just burning your mouth a little bit, that's making you regret that you woke up this morning. So give me 5 minutes, we'll be back. All right, we have let it cool down just a little bit. It's still hot enough to hurt, so Boone is waiting. This is still hot enough to hurt you, so be careful. All right, so this kind of is kind of like, I don't know, it's like a cobbler almost. All right, Booney, you wanna grab a fork?
Sure.
Tell me how we did. This is ridiculously good.
Oh, hot.
This is why Southerners are so good at serving desserts as side dishes. I love it. Man, that's good. The pineapple is sweet. The cheese has got that.
It's still hot.
It's hot, dude. I tell you.
I'm gonna just take this in the room.
Okay. That good, huh? I forgot what I was saying. Booney cracked me up. He's doing the same thing I do. He'll burn his mouth instead of waiting. All right, the cheese is just wonderful and it's a great foil against the sweetness of the pineapple. And those crackers make it have almost a cobbler top. Y'all, that is so good. Try that. You won't even need the Easter Bunny. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. And if you thought that video was helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get a notification whenever I post a new video. And if you have a second, hop on over to Patreon and check out how to support my channel even more. Again, thanks for watching.